So welcome. Today we're talking about metta, which is the Pali word for loving kindness. It's the first of the four abodes, the four heavenly abodes. And when we practice metta, it's really setting the intention to open our heart. Sometimes when we're in pain, when we're hurt, it feels like too much to practice metta, so we just set the intention. And we start where it's easiest. So metta in some ways seems like the most natural thing in the world to practice because love is our nature. And practicing loving kindness is the antidote to selfishness, anger, and fear. If we're having difficulty, we can develop our loving kindness practice by visualizing how a mother cares and holds her beloved child. And even though love is our true nature, sometimes it's covered with a protective layer of fear. And so we practice loving kindness. We can actually devote ourselves to this whole week. I'm going to practice loving kindness, this whole month, this whole year, to cultivate this love. Because as we practice metta, loving kindness, on a daily basis over time, it strengthens our ability to turn towards love, to turn towards compassion, to seek joy, to seek peace. So practicing the four heavenly abodes is a training, or has been a training for over 2,600 years. So we're going to go through this today, but first I want to talk a little bit about the practice and why we practice the way we practice. So we start with ourselves. And we use phrases that feel right for us. May I be healthy and safe. May I be happy. May I be at peace. May I be safe and healthy. May I be happy. May I be at peace. So at first it can feel difficult to offer this kind of loving kindness to ourselves. It can trigger all sorts of feelings of unworthiness. But it's important to practice with ourselves, because if we cannot find this love for ourselves, we won't be able to accept others. If we have this sense of unworthiness in ourselves, and we can't love ourselves and accept ourselves for it, then we'll see the same in others and not be able to truly love them. So we start with ourselves, and we can actually begin by imagining we're receiving it from someone we adore, someone we esteem, someone we love deeply. This could even be yourself at a different time in your life. This could be a parent. This could be someone you trust, a spiritual figure. This could be your pet, your dog, your cat. So the general tenet in loving kindness is to choose what most easily opens your heart. And if you do begin with another person, then after a time you can imagine how they would naturally wish the same for you. And taking their love in, you can shift and direct the phrases of loving kindness and care for yourself. It takes practice. It takes intention and attention. So we start with ourselves or a benefactor, someone we adore, and then ourselves. And then we extend the loving kindness, well-wishing to a neutral person. We're deliberately extending our field of loving consciousness. When we think about a neutral person, this would be someone that you see in your everyday life, but you really don't pay attention to. And as we begin to pay attention to them in the loving kindness practice, we actually begin to notice how many things we don't notice. If we can turn our love towards all those things we don't notice. This whole new dimension of love can open up. Then we turn our attention to someone that we're in difficulty with. And this is not where we want to start. But as we go through the practice with ourselves, with someone we adore, with someone that we love deeply, with a neutral person, and then move into the realm of someone we're in disagreement with, we actually can find an opening in whatever the hurt is. We can create an opening to allow the love to seep in. And sometimes when we first play with this practice, we want to shrink away and say, no, I'm not ready. But if we just use our intention and just allow ourselves to feel what happens in our hearts as we recite the phrases, just noticing if there is the contraction stays or if there is an eventual expansion. The more we practice loving kindness, the more we actually will notice that our whole presence can become one of love, can become one of metta. And no matter what's happening in our lives, we can begin to radiate this sensation of loving kindness to all things, to all people, to all situations. And if we think about what keeps us from loving kindness, what blocks us from our own ability to practice loving kindness, it's really just our self-judgment. This is where we can turn to our benefactor, a loved one, to send us loving kindness, our pet to send us loving kindness. Or imagining ourselves as little children being held by an adored person or spiritual figure. The sensations of shame and unworthiness can keep us from our loving kindness practice. But they're the antidote to that practice. Also the rain practice that we did last week. Grief and sorrow might arise. And this pain, this emotional pain, can actually be eased through the loving kindness practice as we move through the grief, as we move through the pain. And especially next week's focus on compassion, the second heavenly abode, can help us with our grief as we move through it. And lastly, the thing that can keep us from our practice is true for loving kindness and all of meditation practices as having expectations. So just coming to the practice for the practice itself rather than expecting that there'll be some particular outcome. Devoting ourselves to the practice, just knowing that we're planting the seeds of metta. And we can practice metta anywhere, anytime. Certainly starting on the cushion is a wonderful place to begin. But anywhere, anytime. So to begin our formal loving kindness practice, just going to invite you to sense your spine in alignment. And take a few deep breaths to settle in. Uncrossing your arms and your legs if you're lying down, if you're in the hammock. If you're seated on your cushion, of course your legs might be crossed. If you're in your chair, in your home office or your office, just putting both feet on the earth. And as you breathe normally, just connecting with whatever's arising in your mind, in your heart, in your body. And on your next exhale, just allowing whatever has arisen to melt, fall away, float by. Noticing if there's any tightness in your shoulders. On the next exhale, just releasing. If you're holding any tension in your face, your hands, your fingers, your legs, just letting go. If there's a particular sticky thought running around in your mind on the next exhale, just imagining it's like a cloud. It's being blown across the blue sky. Let it go. And if there's a heaviness in your heart, I invite you to honor that, perhaps placing a hand on your heart and your belly. honoring the pain, the grief, the heaviness. And on your next exhale, just letting it go for now. And letting your hands fall back to your lap or your thighs. And bring into your mind, into your heart, someone that you trust deeply, someone that you admire. It might be a living person or a person who has lived on this earth and moved on. It might be a spiritual figure, someone that you love unconditionally and trust completely. And imagine this person sitting right before you. Imagine looking deeply into their eyes, seeing their smile. Breathing in their true essence. And mentally whispering to yourself these words or others that feel more appropriate for you. Looking deeply into the eyes of this being and saying, may you be safe and healthy. May you be happy. May you be at peace. And just notice what's present in your heart. As you say these phrases again to this person, this being that you love deeply, that you admire and trust, may you be safe and healthy. May you be happy. May you be at peace. And now still with this same being sitting directly in front of you, smelling, sensing, tasting their fragrance. Receive these words from this being deep into your heart, your body, your mind. As your being says to you, may you be safe and healthy. May you be happy. May you be at peace. And noticing if anything arises in your heart, your mind, your body, as this trusted, loving being again says to you these phrases, as you receive the full, deliberate intention May you be safe and healthy. May you be happy. May you be at peace. If it helps to place a hand on your heart and your belly, receiving these well wishes of loving kindness for yourself. And now bringing to mind someone that you love, someone in your life now, currently, or before, someone that you love dearly, a child, a parent, a friend, a pet. And seeing this person right before you, sensing their true essence. Looking in your mind's eye as if you're looking deep into their eyes. And using whatever phrasing works best for you. Just send this being that you love, metta. May you be safe and healthy. May you be happy. May you be at peace. And now bringing to mind what we would phrase a neutral person, someone that you see, but that you don't know. Perhaps you don't even know their names. There's someone you see, maybe a neighbor who walks their dog, maybe someone at the grocery store, the farmer's market. Just imagine this person. See their face, see them sitting before you. It's important that this is someone you have neither strong positive or negative emotions, someone who's truly neutral. And see this person sitting directly in front of you. And mentally whispering your words of metta. May you be safe and healthy. May you be happy. May you be at peace. Now bringing to mind someone you're having difficulty with. And imagine this person sitting right before you, sensing their true essence. And looking into this being's eyes, noticing what's happening in your heart. And perhaps with just the intention, mentally whispering these words or some that you find it easier to express. May you be safe and healthy. May you be happy. May you be at peace. May you be safe and healthy. May you be happy. May you be at peace. Sensing your heart, your body, your mind. One more time. May you be safe and healthy. May you be happy. May you be at peace. And letting that person go. Bringing into your heart, into your mind, all beings, all sentient beings, all living things. You may want to concentrate on a subset, or you may want to expand out to include the whole universe. Including yourself. Sensing the vastness of all beings. May all beings be safe and healthy. May all beings be happy. May all beings be at peace. And sensing your heart, sensing your body, sensing your mind. Returning to yourself. Saying aloud or mentally whispering to yourself, may I be safe and healthy. May I be happy. May I be at peace. The Buddhist teachings say you can search the whole universe and not find a being more worthy of love than yourself. You can search the whole universe and not find a being more worthy of love than yourself. Next week, we will dive into karuna, which is the Pali word for compassion. Thank you all for being with me online and here in the hammocks.